Oh, hey folks, I just got back from the pet store. I sat down and here I am. I had to go buy Lucy some medicine. Now she won't take it, so have to wait to see what happens after this. So how's your weekend go? My one day was pretty uneventful. I didn't get anything done. I just sort of loafed around the house, which was stupid because I need to do things now that I didn't do yesterday. Got a good story to start the law. The first three of the four stories I'm talking about today. So let's start with the other one, Lindsey Graham. Uh, Lindsey Graham was controversial at times, but he passed away, 71 years old. I thought he was a lot older than that. I got to tell you that, really did. But here's one of my friends puts up a story, and I don't know where she got this. Was he murdered? And that would make absolutely no sense unless the Democrats did it. Okay? For the Republicans to kill an ally like that would be ridiculous. It just makes no sense. There are a lot of stupid people in the Republican Party, but I don't think they're that dumb. All right? Shoot Trump? Maybe. Shoot Lindsey Graham? No. Okay? So, in answer to her comment, I said, no friggin' way, lady. You're usually right on with a lot of stuff, but this is one of these conspiracy theories that's just a step too far. Makes no sense, and I'm sorry about that. Now, as for what Trump is doing now, he wants to build more coal mines or factories or whatever it is in the country, refineries or whatever he's doing with coal. And I got to tell you something. Coal is not, number one, not a renewable energy source. Number two, it's not a, what's the term I'm thinking about? It's not a forever source. It's got a limited time span left, a limited amount of coal in the ground. And that a lot of it that's in the ground, you're going to have to tear up some nice pieces of property that are going to piss people off. All right. So, I don't think that that's going to happen, but you never know, with Donald. But why coal? That doesn't make any sense. Number one, it's going to cost millions of dollars to get these new plants running and everything. Even if you brought back some of the old ones online again, it's going to cost tons of money. He's going to have to remove all the air quality restrictions on it and everything else, EPA, in order to make it profitable, which I don't know he can do, and I don't think the people will let him do it. Then there's it's not it doesn't have an infinite supply. It's got a very limited future if you start using it again. All right? It makes no sense. He'll be out of office before he sees anything of it, but he might see money from it. Donald doesn't do anything unless there's money in it for him. All right? That's the thing that people don't really truly understand, but that's what it's all about with Donald. It's about the cash, and Donnie doesn't like to hang around and do it without the cash. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. That's a tricky one, folks. But I don't know. I don't understand why. That's the big thing about it. What's his? He's doing stuff that's screwing with the environment and is screwing with the people, and it doesn't make any sense. It benefits nobody that anybody can tell except himself and some of his rich friends who are still involved in coal, Otherwise, it doesn't bother anybody. Now, the other one's martial law. I didn't realize how many people ICE has shot until this morning, and I read a synopsis of it. And it would appear that he's trying to piss off people using his secret police, the ICE, to cause violence. So far, there has not been any retaliatory violence to these shootings. Now, does that mean they were justified? No, not necessarily so. It just means that people are not the way they were in the 60s. Because in the 60s, it'd be mass riots right now. But I think those that are smart and are sitting back are saying he wants us to do that. That's what he wants. He wants fights. He wants violence. Because then he can step in and declare martial law. And when he does that, the elections are over with and democracy is done. Okay? I don't think Vance would come in and repeal it because I think Trump would live a very short period of time after that if he did it. Because first of all, he's not mentally capable right now. Somebody's got to do something about that. That's the other part of the story I had, that he's losing it quite spectacularly, you know. He's calling Japan a Muslim country now, and it's just, he definitely, I don't think you can call it lack of sleep. I think you can call it mental disturbances, you know. So far, my brain's okay. I am developing some memory issues occasionally, and that disturbs me. Like, there's one name I can't remember. I've been able to remember all the names I've forgotten in the past. This one, for some reason, I can't remember it. And it's a dog, and I see the dog almost every day, so I don't know how I'm going to handle that. With subtlety, you know. When I just walk up to the dogs and I say, "What the hell is your dog's name? I forgot it. I'm getting old, you know." But it is true. I get old. Walking like this morning was very, very difficult because the problem with me is that I walk on some of the hottest days of the year down here, and it's just a bad situation. There's no shade on my destination. You know, if I'm walking just loosely, I go across the street and I walk up and down the hill, I can deal with that. It's not easy, but I can deal with that. But it's all the shade. When I go anywhere, like I go to the Dia store, which is like the 7-Eleven, or I go to the pet store, or the bakery, or anything like that, it's no shade. You know, the occasional tree, if you're there at the right time. So what you have to do is you have to go early in the morning. And the problem is nothing opens till 10 o'clock. And 10, except the bakery. And I'm not really interested in going to the bakery. But it's the story, you know. It's 100 and some. It feels like it's 100 degrees outside. Lucy has trouble walking. I have to walk where there's grass, which means she's got shade and cool, got concrete and sun. You know, it's a little rough. So yeah. But anyhow, is Trump losing it? Yeah. Am I losing it? Maybe. I wander in some of my conversations, but I do remember what I'm talking about. I just don't know why I wander away from the main topic at the time, you know. It's like I've got things I want to say to people, and the people I want to say to it, excuse me, say it to, aren't here, so I'll just say it to you guys, and you guys have to suffer through my conversations, you know, about this, that, and the other thing. Anyhow, well, I don't think there's a lot going on this week. I'm still worried about what he's going to do, because I do think his mental acuity is going. I don't think he was ever that smart. You know, they showed one statistic where he was 364th in his class at the Wharton School of Business out of 366. I tend to believe that IQ has nothing to do with success. It gives you opportunity. IQ will give you, in terms of what it means in business, it gives you access to some things. Now, whether you can handle those things or not, in my opinion, IQ tends to be very specific. In other words, you can learn things, but you'll only learn certain things. No, I didn't see, Einstein trying to figure out how to win tic-tac-toe or anything like that. Einstein was strictly physics for the most part. I don't think he was ever that interested in biology. Did he know something about biology? Of course. It's necessary, to know a little bit about everything when you're where he is. But I don't think that he could have taught a biology course in college. It's a whole different ball game, you know. So Trump's IQ doesn't mean anything, and I don't pay much attention to it. Everybody told me I had a genius IQ, but it wasn't until I was in my 50s that I understood what it was that the IQ meant to me, and it is that if I liked something, I could do well on it. The problem was that they weren't. It was too late. The time had passed me by with that. Except for the business I started, that worked well. That went. I knew exactly what I was doing, and it was very, very well received, and I did very well with it. I just didn't pay enough attention to it. I kept looking for. I didn't have enough money to really get it up and going. You know what I mean? And I was too old to get a loan. I'm always too old for something. I'm too old to get it up anymore, or too old to not get it. I'm too young to do what I'm doing. Yeah, everything's age related, and I hate that. It shouldn't be. But my problem with college really was that, my father had been successful, very successful without college, and he didn't think it was necessary, just like unions. He didn't think they were necessary if your employer, was fair. But the thing is, not all employees are fair. Employers are fair, so you need unions to protect them in some kinds of certain types of work. You need education in a certain type of job, and if you trying to figure out what you like and dislike is the hardest thing in the world. I mean, I understood the restaurant business and how to cook better than anything else I've ever done in my life, and I loved it. I love both aspects of it. Now my wife says I don't know how to cook, and I just want to take the frying pan and smash her head in. When she says that, I don't know how to clean, I don't know how to do anything, and I say, okay, fuck you, do it. Oh, my leg hurts. Too bad. Do it. And she does takeout. You know what I mean? So, oh God, how's that working out? Anyhow, I don't know what he's doing, but Donnie, or what's going to happen. But I think you can kind of figure that the midterms are going to be very, very convoluted, and there's going to be a lot of problems. And Trump's already sending National Guardsmen into towns, cities, and whatnot that are key to the election. He's sending ICE in there to create havoc, And I think the thing that he's missing, though, is that if you don't give these people a free and fair midterm election, they're going to revolt. Not a coup, a violent revolution. He's going to wake up one morning and find out there's ICE agents hanging from the gate of the White House, It's going to get extremely violent, not mildly violent. He's not going to be the one in control of the violence. Nobody's going to be in control of the violence. And that's something, you have to understand. The military is not going to want to kill Americans. There's enough. The problem, the other side of the coin is how many legally owned guns are there, and how many illegally owned guns are there in the United States? It's like it works out to be something like 4 guns for every person in the United States, and not every person in the United States has a gun. So that means some people have a lot of guns and ammunition and everything else. I don't think they have enough ammunition to sustain whatever it is they want to do, but we'll have to wait and see. So anyhow, go find some way to subscribe to me, folks. It should be in the bottom of the video when you look at it. It just says subscribe. Subscribe to me. It doesn't cost you a dime. All right? If it does, don't do it. But it helps my prestige with YouTube. It helps my ego with me. So, subscribe. It gives you the opportunity to print photographs of me that you can throw darts at. You can leave comments that are absurd. You can not. You can go watch cartoons if you don't like the fact that I'm doing a live video at the time. Because I think most of my friends would. I think most of the people who listen to this also watch cartoons. So. All right. So anyhow, that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow. Happy Monday. See you on Tuesday.